Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Fiscal or financial leadership. Now, the scriptures talk about if a man can't lead his own home, how can he lead the assembly? How can he lead other men? This includes not only spiritually, but financially, physically. If he can't handle money, you're dealing with a situation that that can literally take down a home. I mean, if a man has a gambling problem, I mean, as a matter of fact, I would venture to say that who in the hell, in their right mind, that would call themselves an Israelite would engage in gambling? It's amazing, right? And well, whose money are they gambling with? But when you look at a man, and if he cannot lead a home, if he cannot provide for his family, he's an infidel, and he's denied the faith. We look at these situations because, see, somebody got to fit the bill. Somebody has to fit the description of what these words are talking about, what these passages are talking about, what these letters are talking about. We see so much financial mismanagement going on today, whether it's in households or even assemblies, where the people at the top get fat. They literally get fat. I mean, you look out amongst any elders or pastors amongst you, are any of them overweight? Why are they overweight? It talks about a gluttonous man, in the scriptures. But physically, literally, and financially getting fat off the people because they don't want work. Was not Paul a tent maker? The Messiah a carpenter? Didn't these men have jobs in Rome? No, actually, it sounded like they owned businesses. They were self-employed. He made tents. But these men worked. They produced income for themselves. You fast forward today. How many of these so-called elders, pastors, preachers, teachers, deacons, bishops, any of these men in leadership positions, how many of them are blessed with the labor of their hands and can go out and produce? Because we were an agricultural people, were we not? We were men that worked with our hands. Now, hey, if you can make money other ways, YouTube, Patreon, whatever it is, non-traditional, as long as it's clean money, as long as you ain't robbing nobody or lying and deceiving to nobody to get it. Hey, man, that income is great as well. But I'm just talking about from a cultural perspective, how we were blessed with the labor of our hands. And we worked and we produced for our families. And when you fast forward today, you have so many men out there that's living off of others or living off the backs of others. It pretty much is sad. And people are allowing it. We're dealing with a economic collapse. We all know this. And we've known this for some time now. And it's coming to a head with the inflation that many people, such as like myself, been over 10 years probably now, warning about the inflation that's to come. And a lot of people mocked us. They made, they said we were conspiracy theorists and everything, but now everybody's, complaining about inflation. I mean, it is tearing people's asses up. And before I looked like crazy, now I'm looking like I'm pretty wise now, huh? Because see, I'll give myself an A minus on financial management. That's a fact. That is a literal fact. There are months that I spend more money on entertaining my children than I do actually spending money on rent. It's crazy. Rent. What am I talking about? I ain't got no rent. Or what I'm talking about is monthly expenses, total monthly expenses. Yeah, more money on entertainment than my entire monthly expenses just to entertain the children and to pay for activities for them. Let me tell you, people are hurting out there today, and what we need is men in leadership that have a proven track record and that can be verified that they're fiscally responsible. Because see, if you got grown men and families out there on GoFundMe begging for money, that's a serious problem right there. That's a serious problem. That's a failure in leadership. When you got men that are doing multiple business ventures and they're failing, that means that Yah wasn't with them in that regard. Because see, if Yah blesses the labor of your hands, he'll give you the increase. That is just a fact. And I challenge any preacher, teacher, elder, bishop to refute what I just now got to saying. But these men are not blessed in this area. I mean, you got brothers that can't grow food, can't run a business, can't run their own homes, always begging for money, claiming that they're going to start communities and never start the communities, but all while getting money from the people, GoFundMes and grown-ass men, grown-ass, loser-ass, broke-ass men that they can't get no increase in this area. And this is why you always see these same people, ultra spiritual, ultra religious. I shit you not. I think it's a direct correlation. I'm pretty certain it's a direct correlation. The more religious they sound, the more of a loser they are in real life, where they can't produce or accomplish anything outside of reading the Bible. Isn't that amazing? Can't build shit. Can't get no increase. I mean, this is serious. Look out amongst your pastors and your preachers and your elders and your deacons and your bishops. Don't question anything. In the terms of going up to them and saying them, because that shit ain't gonna get received too well. Watch the mannerisms and lifestyle though, because no one can't stop you from putting one foot in front of the other, like many of you should be doing when you see this foolishness going on. I'll never submit myself to a man that can't handle finances or deal with his own home in that regard. You bet you out of your mind to think that that's going to work out for you and your family. I mean, are we not having shining examples today of fiscal mismanagement amongst leadership? These are facts, unrefutable facts coming out across the board. And a lot of more of these stage playing hypocrites, they're going to be exposed for the fat, lazy, fiscally irresponsible people that they are, and that they have been for many years now. Amazing, isn't it? Never let anybody use the word to take advantage of you financially, to leave you in a destitute state. Don't do that. That ain't biblical right there. That's criminal. That's unethical. That's immoral. Because you got people that are fiscally irresponsible. You're putting your life in their hands when you submit to them. That's what you're doing. Uh, but I tell you, I remember a pastor named Pastor Dow used to say, if you got real skills, you can go to any state, any country, and find work. And that's the truth. We then got the idea from to go and submit myself to a carpenter or a contractor and work for free. I got it from Pastor Dow. And boy, has it paid off. I mean, it is just paying off so beautifully. Where my family is free because I applied wisdom. But see, this is why it's so important to pay attention to people's fruit, because they can have all types of swelling words of vanity. But if their lifestyle, if the mannerism of their lifestyle doesn't match up with what they're talking about, if they can't show you living proof, you in deep trouble. You in serious trouble. So a word to the wise, because this is just the beginning. Yeah, you better believe it. It's just the beginning, because like Cat Williams said, all lies will be